Welcome to Vet Biker 710 News. Tonight is an exciting Olympic news session. And to get more news and to get more to listen and to chat to us, come and join us on Twitch and look for Vet Biker 710 as it says in the slideshow. So, um, today's news, today's Olympic Games and mental health. Do you like the picture I just quickly drew up for us? Yeah. Okay, so join us on Twitch. Mental health support during the Olympics. With World Mental Health Day approaching, the International Olympic Committee, IOC, emphasizes its ongoing commitment to athlete well being. At Milano Cortina 2026, athletes and their entourages will benefit from enhanced services. For example, cyber abuse protection systems. All Olympians and Paralympians um, athletes are protected by a system that monitors social media in real time to detect and remove harmful content. Having debuted at the Paris 2024, it will be further improved using insights from those games. Athlete 365 Mind Zone and Powerade. Each Olympic village will have a dedicated space for athletes to relax, practice practice mindfulness and access confidential support, including new consultation pods for privacy. Mentally Fit Helpline, a 24/7 confidential helpline in over 70 languages, offers professional support for both crisis and everyday issues, with coverage extended through 2028. Welfare officers, trained officers in the village, provide safeguarding expertise and are key contacts for support. These initiatives are designed to ensure a safe, supportive environment for all athletes and their teams at Milano Cortina 2026. I think this is absolutely good. As it debuted in 2024 at the Paris Olympics, this is the first time I've actually learned about this. And when I was doing my research, I went in and looked at it and seen what support that they're going to give. Uh, and one of the big ones is the cyber abuse protection system, because that's looking at all social medias and everything coming into central points. It's not going to stop on your telephone. I don't think. Maybe it is. Um, I was just thinking it's going to like on the news and the news segments that are on the TV and on pages and that sort of thing is block those out. So yeah, I'm I'm happy that they've done this because we have to remember that mental health for top athletes is so struggling. It's so um there's so much anxiety, so much pressure to be there. So mental health is very important for 'em. Why does it matter what the IOC is supporting mental health during the Olympics? The focus on mental health at the 2026 Games represents a vital shift in high performance sports, directly challenging the perfection myth. By treating mental maintenance as being just as essential as physical training, the IOC acknowledges the harsh reality that a significant percentage of elite athletes struggle with anxiety and depression. This initiative aims to dismantle long standing taboos, creating a culture where seeking help is viewed as a strength rather than a weakness. Beyond personal welfare, these measures are designed to optimize athletic performance by fostering resilience and mindfulness under extreme pressures. This holistic approach includes modern protections against digital threats such as online abuse, which can severely compromise an athlete's focus and a mental, emotional stability. Ultimately, by integrating these support systems, the IOC is establishing a new global standard that prioritizes the human being behind the competitor. Um, I think, again, it goes back onto what they're doing, and this is why it matters. And it's all about getting someone from stress to rest in their mental state, because they're going to be so high up on their game, mentally and prepared mentally, that the stress is there. So to get that, they have to have quiet spaces, and they have to have places where they can focus and relax, because it's probably not going to happen in the rooms, because the rooms are probably have multiple people in the rooms, unless it's all single bed now. But I thought there were still shared rooms. So uh, I'm sorry about this. I've got to get the cat hair out of my face. Uh, Three cats, and the hair just flies through the hair. Okay, but that's why it matters that the IOC is supporting mental health, because um, as you'll learn later, it's almost 50% of athletes have mental health issues. 50%. That's crazy. So sorry about all this writing, but there was a lot of information to put in. So bear with me. I know this. I'm not a good reader, but this helps me. Okay. The pressure of success, Olympic athletes and their mental health. Olympic athletes face serious mental health challenges due to demanding training routines and public expectations. Research shows about 50% of the top athletes deal with mental health issues, as highlighted when Simon Biles put her Simone, sorry, Biles put her well-being first at the 2020 Olympic Games. Mental health plays a key role in how athletes perform. Too much stress can lead to anxiety, depression, and other conditions that harm both their performance and, and overall health. Support networks are essential, helping athletes handle stress and aim for balanced life. Many common challenges include competition stress and pressure to excel, often resulting in poor sleep and irritability. Depression and anxiety, which make it hard to concentrate and perform, and can intensify after setbacks or constant worries. Burnout from overtraining, causing exhaustion and low motivation, sometimes leading to long-term problems if not addressed. Eating disorders linked to body image and weight pressures, which can have severe health effects. Substance misuse, such as using enhancing drugs or alcohol to cope, raising risks and addiction and legal consequences. Athletes also struggle with media attention, critical social media, and sacrificing personal time for the sport, which often leads to isolation, fatigue, and missed opportunities outside athletics. Recognizing these factors is essential for supporting athletes' well being and achieving success. That was a big one, but as you can see, mental health is playing more into how it's good, and it was highlighted with Simone Biles. If you saw the Tokyo Olympics when she um, broke down, and that is it's important that we're doing this. Okay, the Athlete 365 and Powerade Mind Zone return from Milano Cortina 2026. The Athlete 365 and Powerade Mind Zone, first launched at Paris 2024, will return from Milano Cortina 26 to support athletes' mental well-being after becoming a popular spot with 2,300 participants from 148 countries in mindfulness sessions and art therapy. It earned 92% satisfaction among athletes. Emma Terho, IOC's Athletes Commission chair, noted the Mind Zone's positive impact for 2026. All six Olympic villages, except Bormio, will offer science packed activities and on site mental health support through guided breathing, VR, and the art therapy. Staffed by trained safeguarding officers, the Mind Zone is part of the IOC and Powerade's efforts to prioritize athletes' mental health alongside resources like the Mental Fit Helpline and Cyber Abuse Protection System. So these are dedicated spaces. These are dedicated spaces which are pointing towards mental health, and as you see, it was a great success. 92% satisfaction, so they know that it went right. And if they didn't bring it back, that would have been stupid on their part. But no, it's supporting people's mental health, and it gets people to understand where their mental health is. But the well-being that they need, the mental well-being, is through things like the art and guided breathing sessions. They are breathing is something that really relaxes you. If you start breathing in and you're concentrating on your breathing and you get it into a rhythm, a lot of times what you find is that the rhythm will then change itself into a natural pattern that you have. And you'll get it all in tune and you'll be moving, and it's it's not exerting it, but the thing is it's breathing in for a time, holding, and breathing out. Um, yeah. What was it? The 664, six inhale, six hold, and four outhale. I think that's what it was. But basically, that's a simple breathing technique to get you relaxed and restored. So that's I find that's great. It's a great zone. That it's important that they have this in the further future ones. Um, Great. Okay, 2026 Winter Olympians who have had talks about their mental health. Olympic athletes were once expected to show constant mental strength, but attitudes have changed as more Winter Olympians openly discuss mental health. This article highlights athletes who have voluntarily shared their experiences without reducing them to their diagnosis. Mental health is a major concern in elite winter sports. Some athletes manage persistent issues through therapy and support. Kevin Amos has spoken about depression and emotional struggle during competition, sometimes withdrawing for mental health reasons before returning with renewed focus on psychological well being. That is great. He backs out for mental health, but he comes back stronger. That is great. Michaela Schifrin has addressed PTSD, anxiety, panic attacks, and grief induced depression following her father's death, emphasizing therapy and the refined notion of success beyond medals. Elaine Gu described post Olympic depression, burnout, and anxiety after Beijing 2022, noting the emotional challenge typical among high level competitors. And it's the whole it's the I mean, Bouncy's in chat, and he can confirm that it's stress. Um, being a top athlete, and um, the stress of having to go up against your competitors to be the best, to prove yourself. I know there's great uplifting when you do it, and you're on a high, and you're like over the moon. But um, these are people talking about their issues, and it highlights the issues that they're looking at. Um, yeah, and a burnout, anxiety, depression, emotional struggles, anxiety, panic attacks, and that's really hard. So, okay, the Olympic spotlight burned brightly on Ilya Malinin. He was not ready to handle it. So this skater was predicted to win it and be it's a US skater, and he was predicted to win, and so much pressure and everything was on him. And he admits that he was not ready for it. But when he reflected on his disappointing performance in 2026 Winter Olympics, admitting he was unprepared for the intense pressure and spotlight, despite dominating international figure skating and being favored to win gold, he struggled in the free skate and received a score of 156.33 after several mistakes, much lower than his usual scores and world record. Malinin attributed his challenges to mental health and the overwhelming expectations. He remains determined to learn from the experience and improve for future competitions, including the 2030 Games. At 21, Malinin has made history by landing the first quadruple axel and 7 quad jumps in one program, earning him a nickname of Quad God. Although he fell short in the individual event, he helped Team USA win gold in the team competition and will perform in the closing gala. He also plans to compete at the World Championships in Prague next month, where he is the two-time defending champion. So, as you say, see, because what happened and what sparked this off about him and the mental health is after he lost, he got hit with so much negative media and everything that it caused him to talk on social media not healthfully, and people were worried, and they reached out to try to get help for him. But it's it it's a sport. It's high stress. It's high physicality. It's being the best. This is the best of the best competing. So yeah, any problems with that? That's something that um, I think high level therapists need to be there and help. But the problems are still the same problems that anyone has. Doesn't matter um, how professional you are at your level. If you are competing at the top of your level, you're going to be running through the same type of stresses. So remember to look into how the stress and everything is, and see speak with a therapist, speak to a sports coach, because then they should be able to put you onto a sports therapist, um, and they could help. Okay, guys, that is the end of the news for tonight. Okay, that was quite good. So thank you very much for joining me on Vet Biker 710 News. And come remember to come and join us on Twitch at Vet Biker 710. And we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.